So, Fernando, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself? So, I could already tell that your English is very good. So, just based on your audio on WhatsApp, I could tell, oh, his English is very good. Could you please tell me a little bit about your English experience and all
Yes,
that?
for sure. So my name is Fernando. I am 37 years old. I am married. My wife's name is Anna. Uh, we are married for 15 years. And about my journey in English, I forget to tell you, I am from the countryside of the state of São Paulo. I live in Piracicaba. I don't know if you...
Yes, I have heard of Gostei. Great.
Yes, and I have been studying English for 2 years. I started in a school called The House here in my city, and I studied there for 1 year and 9 months, and I realized that I didn't have at that time the opportunity to work in my skills speaking,
Okay.
and I felt a little bit sad about it, and I left the house. After that, I started to study in a school doing online classes. The name is ETW.
Okay.
This school is from São Paulo,
Yeah.
and I studied there until 1 month ago.
And how long? How many years? A year?
No, I studied there for, I guess, 4 months. And at that school, I could do 5 classes during the week. One of these classes was private class, 1 hour, and the other classes was a group class when the teacher showed us a subject and we talked about it for 1 hour. But I had a foreign teacher there that during 95% of the class, he spoke Portuguese. He's from Nigeria, and he is able to speak 5 different languages.
Great.
And he spoke a lot in Portuguese, and my teacher that gave me private class left the school, and I left together.
I see. Because your teacher left, so you didn't want to stay there anymore?
Yes, because I knew that because my teacher left, it was necessary to do class with the teacher that speak Portuguese during 95% of the class. So I'm waiting now because I will start tomorrow classes with a teacher from Rio de Janeiro, and I scheduled it 1 month ago, and I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw, oh my gosh, Richard's giving class. I need to do class with him. This guy is an amazing guy.
Thank you.
Man, when I saw your first video on YouTube, I thought, man, this guy is a native speaker.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you speak. My goal is to speak like you, man. You speak very well.
Thank you for saying. So you found my YouTube channel first, then you found my Instagram.
Yes.
Right?
First of all, I started to watch. What's his name?
Mateus?
No.
Marcelo's channel?
Marcelo's channel.
Okay.
And I saw you talking to him. And after that, I start to watch your videos. And now I'm here having this great opportunity to talk with you.
Thank you so much for accepting, talking with me. It's great because, I decided to start, having more conversations with, especially my subscribers, people, because I think it's the best way to learn English. Sometimes people, for example, a lot of people, they don't want to have grammar classes anymore, right? they want to speak. Let's put English into practice, right? And that's exactly what you're doing right now. But I'm impressed. Your English is very, very good, for just 2 years, so you can communicate normally. You can express your ideas. Great. So besides studying there, how did you used to study at home? What did you usually, do at home to improve your English?
Man, usually when I'm going to my work, when I'm returning, I used to listen to podcasts every single day. And I have a group from the house. All of us are students.
Yeah.
And on Mondays, we can talk for 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. And I used to read easy books too in English to have the opportunity to read out loud and to create muscles in my mouth,
Good.
And I like to listen to music as well and sing together. I'm not a good singer, but I like to sing to check to check my pronunciations, to increase my vocabulary, this kind of things.
Oh, great, awesome. And I can't already tell that, for example, English is it's good for professional reasons, but I can tell that you love English because it's fun, right?
Yes, I like it a lot.
Great, yeah, it's my case too. For example, I don't consider English that I have been studying it. I have been having fun with it, especially because we can communicate to so many people in English. And the first time when I spoke with a native speaker, it blew my mind. I felt like, oh my gosh. And yeah, it's great that you found my YouTube channel. And especially currently, I have not been posting a lot of videos because I'm working a lot, so my routine is so busy. But I intend to get back to my YouTube channel and record more videos. But and what do you like to do? Besides English, what are your hobbies? What do you like doing in your free time?
Okay. I like to practice box.
Box?
Yes, I have some equipments here in my house, and I have been practicing it for, I don't remember very well, but 13 or 14 years. And let me tell you something, you will see me using hat or sunglasses because I have the problem in my eyes called photophobia. Is the same in Portuguese. So because of that, it's necessary to practice box here inside my house,
Oh, I see. You can't go to a gym or
No, because the reflex of the lights make my eyes feel bad. I cannot look to the lights.
Okay. So it distorts the images and you can't see very well because of the light.
No, if I do it for a long time, stay in front of a light or a computer, I can have a strong migraine.
I see. I know what you mean. Oh my goodness. So because of this, you just practice box at home.
Yes.
I see.
Another thing that I did was in the past until 2018, I used to play trombone in my church. And because of the migraine, I cannot do it anymore. So I just practice box.
I see. Yeah, because practice exercises, doing some sports, you can get healthier, right?
Yep.
And it's in a certain way it helps you, right?
Yes.
I see. I have never, heard of that, for example, because migraine is so intense, I know exactly what you mean, and so you have to be careful, especially.
Yes.
Okay. And for example, when you sent me a message, we've been planning the best day to practice, right? And what is your work? What is your profession, for example?
I work in a company who works with public transportation. Is the only one here in my city. I work there as warehouse leader. I have my team. Now the owner of the company bought 3 more companies here in my city.
So it's growing. The business is growing there.
Yeah. So I'm working three, yes, it's just 3 companies, but I'm just receiving money for 1 company.
I see. But hopefully, do you, for example, do you have the feeling that in the future you're gonna be promoted, or you don't have this feeling?
Man, in the position that I'm working, I'm feeling comfortable.
Are you happy? So are you happy doing?
Yes.
So that's all that matters then.
Yes, I don't have more steps to achieve, you know.
Okay, so you are in the highest position.
Yes, in my how can I say, in my session? I don't know if it's correct to say that.
In my section, yeah, in my sector, you can say, or in my department, for example.
Yes, in my department. I'm in the last step. There is no place to go anymore. But I'm feeling okay with my position.
I see. And do you have to use English, for example, in your work, for example, or no, it's just for fun, for pleasure?
Yes, man, it's just for fun. I don't need to use it in my work. And as you said, I realized that English can open your mind. And
Definitely.
I read new different people. If I want to study in English, this situation would be not possible to me. And I'm learning so much with podcasts, learning about different cultures. I already talked with teachers from another countries. It's just for fun to have knowledge from different kinds of knowledge. Because
what was it like, to speak with a native speaker for the first time?
Sorry, come again?
What was it like to speak with a native speaker for the first time?
Man, I got afraid, but I realized that the teacher was able to understand me. And this feeling was amazing. Like, I'm communicating, man.
Yeah, totally. When people they watch you speaking in another language, it's so magical. Unfortunately, in Brazil, I wish Brazil had a better educational system, towards English, especially because it's so important, right, to communicate with everybody in the world. So we don't have limits, right?
Yes.
Do you intend to learn a 3rd language, a 3rd or 4th language in the future?
I gave me 5 years to study just English. I want to be able to communicate in 5 years, not be fluent in English, but just be able to express myself.
Right. So it's been overall, in total, it's been 5 years.
Yes.
You've been studying English.
Yes, I want to study for 5 years. I have been studying for 2 years.
For 2 years, okay.
And after that, if I feel comfortable, I want to start to learn Spanish.
Yeah, me too. I have been, reading a few articles about Spanish. So I'd like to take this next step to learn a new language, especially Spanish and French. Spanish, I could tell that it's similar to Portuguese, so I don't know. I assume that it'll be easier, but I don't know. I have to give it a try first.
Yes.
We just know how things are when we are in the game, right?
Yes, 100%. I agree, man.
That we always have a first impression, on everything, but when we are there, it's completely different, isn't it?
Yes. And I don't know if I will be able to have a good communication in 5 years, because
if you keep doing what you're doing right now, definitely you will, because you're speaking very well based on what you are talking on right now. You
I
can
will keep
communicate. You
I will
can
keep study hard, but man, sometimes I try to say something, yeah, I just be around the subject and I cannot express myself. That's a bad feeling that I have.
I know, yeah. It happens, it even happens to me, for example, sometimes. But I have a tip, for example, most of the time I tell, people that I study with, for example, when you have a word that you don't know, I don't know this specific word, try to explain your thoughts in a different way. So, because there are countless ways of saying the same thing, right? So you don't get stuck in that word. Try to explain your idea in a different way. For example, uh, let me give you, for example, an example. When you wanted to say like department, like your sector, the place that you work, you could say, oh, the area that I work, people who I work with. So you can get to this point without saying the specific word. And that's why I like recording the classes, because afterwards, after we finish it, we can search new words. Okay, I wanted to say it, and so let's see how can I say it, and then we get better, in each class. I think that's
Yeah.
and that's what I've been doing, since I created my YouTube channel. So as you know, like I've been studying for all over 5 years. Just I studied 1 year and a half at a private English school. Yeah, so I studied there for just a year and a half, and I felt the same, just like you. I didn't want to feel stuck. I wanted to speak, and that's when I created my YouTube channel. I started studying on Cambly, and have ever thought of talking on Cambly with a native speaker?
I talked one time there, and I loved
What was that like?
man, the teacher was able to understand, and I understood like 90% of what her said, and man, it's just amazing, but it's too expensive.
Yes, it is definitely. Definitely. The reason why I still have Cambly to this day, it's because I bought that in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. It was 2018 or 19. So it was much cheaper back then because of the
Really?
dollar. Yeah. So for example, my plan just costs 130 reais per month. So it doesn't cost a lot, does it?
Okay.
Yeah, and it's every day, 7 days a week. 7 days a
Every
week.
day?
Every day. Every day I have classes there for 15 minutes. It's not a long time, but it works, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a great plan. This plan that I have right now, it doesn't exist anymore on the platform. So that's why I don't wanna lose it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know, man.
Yeah. So yeah, when you studied there, how much were the plans? Do you remember? How much were they costing back then?
Do you mean on Cambly?
And on Cambly, when you tried to buy the Cambly plan, how much was it?
Man, the most cheaper plan that I saw, uh, something like the the price that you said, but I can just have one class during the week for 30 minutes or 50 minutes, something like that. It's too expensive, man.
Yeah, it's insane, right? It, just once a week,
Yeah.
it's not worth it, right? It's
Because of that, when I saw that I can have the opportunity to talk to you for this price, that's for free, man.
Well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'm so happy. For example, many people from my YouTube channel have been contacting me to have conversations, and it's great. It's amazing that people are getting together to learn English. Yeah, I love it. And how long do you usually study English? For example, when you have time, do you usually spend a lot? Because, for example, in my case, I live with my girlfriend. We are not married yet, but we intend to maybe next year. And sometimes I study English for a long time, and she complains, "Oh, stop studying English a little bit." And yeah, I don't know. It's just a passion.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I also love like playing video games. I play video games in English. I also watch TV shows, everything in English. She also speaks English, but she doesn't like English as much as I do. So sometimes
Okay.
but yeah, very well. So, and what about you? How long do you usually study English per day?
Man, as I told you, if I how can I say, when I'm going to my work, the podcast episode has like 20 minutes. When I'm returning, I listen to the same episode until it sounds familiar in my ears, and I do it for entire week, and in my lunch time, I try to watch some series or some YouTubers, native YouTubers, and at night I try to read. I downloaded. I don't know it's correct to say that.
Yeah, I download.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. You were going to say you download something? What is it?
Yes, I downloaded an app, but I tried to say in the past.
Okay. I downloaded. Yeah, I downloaded the app.
Yes, I downloaded an app called Elsa.
Elsa, I know that app. Is it good? I haven't ever used it. I don't know.
Yes, man. I'm using a trial version.
A free trial period?
Yes, and it's great, man, because you have the opportunity to read the text or to stress the word, and the Elsa says, "Oh, it's wrong. Try to improve in this part." You know, this kind of feedback. And
is it focusing on your accent or on your pronunciation? For example, if you pronounce correctly, or if you have, for example, the American accent.
No, it's to improve our pronunciation.
Pronunciation. See.
You know, there are some hard words that, for example, they put some words with schwa sound.
This short sound, yeah. Yeah, this one, it's terrible, especially when you are in the beginning.
Yes, it is.
You know, and yeah, especially those words, the th sound, like throughout. These words, they are terrible, aren't they?
Nowadays, I still have problem to pronounce. For example, I think or I thought.
You pronounced it correctly. You pronounced them correctly. Yeah, especially in the beginning. But I'm pretty impressed by your level of English. You know, you communicate, you know, in my opinion, perfectly. You communicate well. You express your ideas. Do you consider what skills of yours do you consider, you know, better, the best? Your listening, your speaking, writing, or reading?
Man, I think it's my listening. Yes.
Due to the podcasts and all the YouTube videos that you watch.
Yes, because I cannot watch for a long time. I just put my headphone and I keep listening, and it has been improving my listening in Portuguese too.
Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah, most of the time when we learn more English, we get better at Portuguese too. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah. Certain words, you know, I don't know whether or not it happened to you. For example, sometimes I don't know the meaning of a word in English and I search on the internet, and when I have the meaning and I translate it, I don't understand the meaning in Portuguese too, and I search in Portuguese, and then okay, now I understand. I could learn 2 words at the same time. So, has it ever happened to you?
Yes. Sometimes it happened to me, and but the most of part of the time it happens in English
Yeah,
because I can get the word by the context,
sure.
but I don't know the exact meaning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's so interesting that in English we can learn so much in Portuguese. That's why I think, and you have probably heard on my YouTube channel, but I don't understand why I chose engineering, to pursue that career. But I love languages in general. Languages, they are my passion, and I think most of the time when people ask me why I chose engineering, and right now I'm just focusing on English, I say that in the past I didn't know English was so good. At school we don't learn anything about English, right?
Yes, just verb to be.
Yeah, the verb to be. Actually, we don't even know the verb to be there, because
Yes,
a lot of
man.
people say, okay, the verb to be. Some people think like the verb to be is just I am, you are, but you have the past too, right? I was,
Yes.
you were, and the future, right? So we have so many tenses to learn, and unfortunately at school we don't get close to learn the basic English. I don't understand why. In your opinion,
Yes.
why? What is your opinion on that? Why do you think we learn English for so long, for so much time at school? It's from the fifth grade in elementary school here, and we go all the
Yeah.
way to the high school. It's like it takes 8 years studying English. Why do you think we don't have an acceptable level at school?
Man, in my point of view, it depends of the state. I live in, as I told you, here in Piracicaba, we have a four English, learning English at school, but my last teacher lived in Pernambuco.
Okay.
And in there, you have the opportunity to learn the real English. And they are like 14 or 15, the people that get the better note at school can travel abroad and stay there for 6 months.
Really? Is it a project in Pernambuco?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Great. So I assume there are a lot of people who speak English there then.
Yes, and she said that, hey, I can say she passed it in the test. It's correct to
Yeah,
say that?
she passed on the test. She passed on.
She
She passed
passed on the test.
on the test. Yeah.
Okay, for 3 times, and her mother didn't give permission to her to travel abroad.
Oh my gosh! No way it happened. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's terrible, especially because I think, for example, I could understand her. For example, I think in the past, if I told my parents that I could go to a new country, I am not sure whether or not they would allow me to go there. It's understandable. Like for us, like we study English, so we understand how precious this opportunity is, right?
Yes.
So yeah, but unfortunately, some parents, they don't know that. They don't have that information. But it's impressive that in some states they are focusing on English. Great.
Yes.
And I was going to tell you, for example, you like listening to a lot of things, right? You like to listen to a lot of podcasts, YouTube videos. But could you tell, like, for example, when we listen to a lot of things, we can get better at speaking. But when we speak like this, we get much better, faster, right?
I agree, man. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. I listen to a lot of things too, but sometimes just listening, it's hard to remember all the words and to use them right now, right?
Yes.
There are so many words that we could use, but we don't remember. So I think speaking, when we speak the word, we internalize them faster, right?
Yes. And there there were in the past some words. I'm trying to say that
Yeah, there
were some words that you said that I got by the context,
Oh, no.
but I don't know the right meaning. But in my opinion, if I keep studying with you, I will see your way to speak your words that you use,
Oh,
and
thank you.
I will start to use these words in my vocabulary. I don't know if I say the right thing.
Yeah,
Let me see.
you did. I understood you. And that's why, for example, when we stop the recordings, for example, in the chat, in the Skype chat, you can see the video again. I'm gonna watch it again and give you a few tips, but based on this conversation, you have a very good level of English. So and we can watch it again, and we can study to become better and better. So especially when we rewatch the video, can you hear me? Can you hear me? You're
Yes, now I
because
can.
you're
You
lagging.
were frozen, but
Yeah, because you were a little bit frozen. Okay, it's better. You're gonna see that, for example, when we rewatch the video, it's magical. So we remember, oh, I was going to say that, but I didn't remember. So you remember the word immediately when we rewatch the video. It's so magical, and I encourage you to do that. It's great.
I see, man. Talking about my level, when I left the house, I there were 5 or 6 books to study,
Yeah.
and when I left there, I was in the 5 book, studying the 5 book, and for this book, I was considered like intermediate level. But I have problem with my level because, man, I'm not lying, and in my opinion, I consider myself like a beginner, man.
No way. No way. You're not beginner. Definitely. You are in the upper intermediate, almost like because English you have the A1. A1 level is the basic. You have A1 basic, A2 it's elementary, and then you go to the intermediate level. Intermediate is B1 and B2. I think you are in the B2. B2, it's like the next level is C1. C1 is fluent. You are almost there. I'm pretty sure of that.
It's good to hear it from you, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that because you can communicate. So, like, we've been speaking for 33 minutes straight without stopping speaking, and you can communicate, express your ideas. So people in the basic level, they can't do that. But in our next class, I'd like to talk more with you about what fluency is, because a lot of people, they have different opinions on what is truly fluency, and I'd like to discuss more with you, in my opinion, what I think this is, and I'd like to hear your opinion too. Okay, Fernando?
Okay, nice, man.
But it was nice talking to you today. What did you feel about the class? Did you like it?
Man, I like it a lot. It's the best thing that I did today.
Thank you.
And I want to keep studying with you
Very
because
well. Let's keep
it
studying.
was amazing.
Thanks so much. Okay, Fernando.